Aloha everyone, this is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly coming to you with a really fun pick a card that I saw on White Feather Tarot's channel that says, why do people compare themselves to you? I thought this would be an interesting read. Pile 1 is on the left, pile 2 is in the middle, and pile 3 is on the right. So take your time, make your choice now. If you need to pause the video, that's perfectly okay. Timestamps will be in the description box below, and I will meet you in your reading. Aloha! Aloha pile 1, this is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly coming to you with a special pick a card message of why do people compare themselves to you? I know that we work on not comparing ourselves to others, but as humans we do this, and so we're going to look at what are the qualities, what are the things, like why is it that people compare themselves to you. I got this from White Feather Tarot. This was a question on her channel and I thought it was interesting, so shout out to her. She's amazing. And so thank you guys so much. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you for hitting that bell button. All those things help my channel to grow and expand. I do have a beautiful announcement. So how I started to open up my intuition many years ago, I took this course called Diamonds in Your Mind, and my mentor has just opened that up to the public on video so that you can have the video for life. I'm going to put how to get that in the description box below. I highly recommend it. It will open up your intuitive faculties to a huge degree. It's a right brain training, and it's amazing. So if you were wondering how I opened up my intuition, that is how I did. And so I would love to share that with y'all. So I will let you know in the description box below how to get that course, because it is life-changing. So let's get to it, you guys, okay? Yeah. So you guys chose happy. All right. So people compare themselves to you, pile 1, that you can find a way to be happy even while things are still manifesting, even while things are still in the process of becoming. You somehow find a way to manifest, okay? You still find a way to be happy through your trials. And you know what people don't know, pile 1, I feel like you've gone through a good deal of testing, a good deal of turmoil, but you've somehow managed to keep a smile on your face. You've somehow managed to continue to be happy. And so sometimes people compare themselves to you because they see how happy you are, but they don't know to ask more questions. They don't know that you've actually been through trials because you handle yourself with such elegance and with such grace. They're like, I would like to have a happy life like pile 1. And that's not saying that you don't go through things. In fact, I feel like this group, you have gone through a lot of tests and trials. You have just learned how to focus your mind in a way that you're happy anyway, right? Even when you're going through things that may be painful, or even when you're going through things that may be a bit challenging. All right, let's get some tarot and go a little deeper. Why do people compare themselves to pile 1? All right. Oh. All right. Wow. So people compare themselves. We're using the good tarot to look at this. We have King of Water and King of Fire. It feels like you're very attractive, whether you know it or not. I feel like with this group, you guys are just elegant and graceful, and you don't really realize how attractive you are, how amazing you are, how beautiful you are, okay, or handsome. They also love that you handle yourself with mastery. The Kings are mastery. So people do compare themselves to your emotional intelligence. They also compare themselves to your creativity and your passion. Some of you may be fantastic artists, some of you may be fantastic musicians, right? There's something really beautiful about you in the arts, whether you practice this as a form of work or whether it's just your natural way of being. But people do compare themselves to your level of mastery, You are quite creative, quite intuitive. You are, you're lovers, this group, okay? We have Ace of Earth. People compare themselves to you just on the foundations that you build and your creative ideas that they spark monetization, right? So you end up getting paid for things that are creative. Some of you may have stepped out and made your own business and are at the beginning of that, and people are really comparing themselves to your ability to take a risk to start something new. They love that you have this, and also, oh, that went flying. We got stuff flying here. They love that that you have this, but some people in their comparison may be a little bit envious because they don't know what it's taken. Because you've had to make decisions with this Two of Fire. This is Two of Wands. So again, people compare themselves. Some of you may have decided to move away from home, to move somewhere new, to move somewhere exotic, to start a business elsewhere, to do what you need to do, to go on a pilgrimage. But people don't realize, if you look at the person that's on this giraffe, they're a little tired, they're a little burdened, they're like really thinking things over. So folks see you're blossoming. I feel like this group, you're blossoming in your success, but they don't see the journey that you've had to take to get there. And so people do compare themselves, like, can I make the decision that pile 1 has? Can I take the risk? Can I make the moves? Because they see the moves. Because they're showing me, like, when I was asked to move to Hawaii, right? Spirit brought me here for really specific reasons. And though I wanted to live here, it was really hard to make that decision. There was a lot of fear that came up. I had a lot of initiations, including living outside, right? So there were things that I had to consider. I shut down my massage practice that was really successful to get here in time to be of service, right? And to learn and to grow and to do my pilgrimage. And I'm being very rewarded for that, but I had to take the risk, right? And so they're showing me some of you have also taken that risk. You've also made the choice to move forward along your path, and people don't see how much you had to choose, what you had to let go of, the sacrifices you made to get there along the way. And so well done, pile 1, because you really are coming into, this is a side note, but you really are coming into a huge time of success. So well done for you, because you have taken the risks. But that is a reason people compare themselves to you, because they're like, okay, how can I get the courage like pile 1 had to make the moves? I have friends of mine who are like, well, because you were courageous, now I'm going to make this move to start this business, or I'm going to move to a place I've always wanted to live. And, sometimes we're the forerunners. In pile 1, you're pile 1. You were attracted to the first place position, the one that goes first. So many of you may have gone first among your peer group to go for what you want, and people are comparing themselves to you, but do know that it also brings strength. So people compare themselves to your strength, the way that you were able to tame that inner beast inside of you, the way that you're able to move forward with strength, pile 1. People compare themselves to you with this. It also, they're telling me that your example provides a lot of courage for others, where you've had to really dig down and gain that inner courage. You've had to gain that inner wisdom within yourself and to tame that beast inside of yourself, to say, look, we are working together. You will submit to me. That takes a lot, and you've done it, and you continue to do it. This is a lifetime continuous thing. But that being said, people see your strength, and it actually gives them the strength and the courage to move forward onto their dreams. You guys are really great leaders, whether you're in an official leadership position or not. People do look to you and they compare themselves to you. And it's for a very positive reason. You demonstrate your mastery over yourself. your own fears, and therefore you give courage to others so that they can move forward with their dreams and goals and ambitions. And I know sometimes it's hard and you feel like that no one really understands what all you've been through, but I will say that Spirit's applauding you because you have managed to learn how to be like the cosmic child and be happy regardless of the circumstances, and therefore you manifest everything that you would like. It's I am nothing, therefore I create everything, right? Because it's not until we get to the no thing that we can create the everything, right? And so, well done, pile one. This is why people compare themselves to you. It's a beautiful reason that they compare themselves to you. And you actually are a leader, a stimulus of courage, a stimulus of love. And I'm really, really proud of you guys. And I really, really love that. Okay. So thank you so much. I forgot to mention in the beginning, if you're still with me, you have an opportunity to enter a free contest or drawing that I do every month. Free to enter, free to win for a 30-minute session with me personally. Here's how you do it. You be a subscriber if you're not already. So subscribe and hit that bell button. Like and share this video, and then in the comment section below write I am happy, and that lets me know that you would like to enter the drawing. I will do that on the first of the month on video and announce the winner, and hopefully it is you. So until next time, aloha. Aloha pile 2, this is Stephanie with Whispering Dragonfly coming to you with a really special message of why do others compare themselves to you? I saw this on whitefeathertarot's channel. She is an amazing reader, and I was like, this is beautiful. Let me try this out. And really fun reading so far. So loving that. So thank you guys so much. We're going to look into that. Before we get started, I want to say thank you. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, tipping. All of those things help my channel to grow and expand, and I'm so, so grateful to you guys. I do offer a contest, free to enter, free to win, every month for a 30-minute session with me personally. I'll let you know at the end of the video how to enter that drawing, as some are here just for the messages. And then another announcement. So I know some of you who have had private sessions with me and otherwise have asked, how did I develop my intuition? How did I end up being a tarot reader and working full-time using my intuition? And I took a class. I'm trained in neurolinguistics programming, but I took their right brain training meditation class called Diamonds in Your Mind. And I'm really happy to announce that I've partnered with my mentor here, and she has put out a video coursework that you can have for life. Okay, so it's video training of Diamonds in Your Mind. I highly recommend this. This is how I opened my right brain and how I went to full-time working with my psychic and intuitive sense as a paid career, because off of here I also do sessions with people. And so that's how I did it. So I'm going to let you know how to sign up for that class in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for asking, and I am so stoked that this is now available in a very easy way to get it online. I'm so, so happy because I had to go to class and pay a lot more per class. So you guys also get a really beautiful discount than I did, you know, so really excited for this. As you can tell, because it's just changed my life and has put me on the path that I'm on now. So, okay. So that'll be in the description box below, and let's go ahead and get to your reading. All right, you guys chose Fork in the Road, pile 2. Okay, so notice we have this fork in the road. Does it say anything on there? No, but this llama has an owl on it, and then we have the monkey as well. It's a number 13. Okay. So people are comparing themselves to you because right now it feels like pile 2, you are in right smack dab in the middle of a transition. And many of us are, if you're watching it when this comes out. It is a timeless reading. But there's the astrology at the current time, while the energies, while this is being recorded, we're all going through a big transition. But what's really cool is people are watching you and comparing themselves to you in that they're waiting to see what your decision is, okay? With this owl here, I keep looking at the owl. So owls may be really significant to you. And it's like people look to your wisdom. Notice that the owl is riding on the back of this llama. We've got the monkey there. But it's like everyone's waiting for you to make your decision, because it feels like once you make your decision, then other people can make their decision. So whether you know it or not, people do look to you and compare themselves to you on your decision-making skills. How do you handle transition? They're looking at how does pile 2, what are they going to do? Because then that affects me. So I don't know that you realize how many people you actually affect, how many people are looking up to you. It feels like family and beyond. I feel like if you're not already an influencer on social media or something like that, it's like I'm seeing a lot of people that you may not know that are looking to you for how you make your decisions, for what you're going to do next. Like, you do influence a lot of people, so that could translate as an actual influencer on a social media channel, or it could just be that you're influential in the community and you may not even know it, right? Because you have a lot of people. I feel like this group, you're really humble, but you have a lot of people that are looking to you for guidance. I just had a card fly across the room, so let's get it. Okay. All right, so if you were drawn to pile 1, I would watch that as well, because the first 2 cards out here were like the last 2 cards of pile 1, okay? Yeah, okay, great. Awesome. All right, so how people are looking at you, we have strength in the 2 of fire. So while you're in this transition, people are noticing and comparing themselves to how much strength you have while you're making this choice and while you're making these changes. The changes that you're making in the transition that you're in right now, we have Fortune's Wheel and the Empress. Y'all are either opening your own business, moving into a time of great fortune. I feel like you guys are going from loss to wealth, okay? There is a monetary compensation for what you're doing. That's the fork in the road that you're at. What this is showing me is, for many of you, this may be a rags to riches situation, because we had this influencer situation at the beginning here. So you may have had nothing and then blew up on TikTok or Instagram or even YouTube Shorts, right? Or, you know, you went from really nothing, overcame a situation through your strength, and now in the community you're getting compensated for it, because they just showed me someone who was recovering. So this won't be for everyone, but I do have to say the examples that Spirit shows me, right? So they showed me someone who was recovering from alcohol or drug addiction, and through the story of just telling other people, are now being hired to speak or to help other people, and are coming into whole on business and fortune with that recovery, right? So it's like you've made a decision through your transition. So that's not going to be for everyone, but basically you're making some decisions. You're taking the strength of a really hard time in your life and you're turning it into fortune. This is Chiron is still retrograde right now, but Chiron is the asteroid of our childhood wounds that can be healed and become our superpowers, right? It's like we're born with certain lessons and wounding, and Chiron is the one, unlike Achilles, where you just have that, right? Chiron is the one that you heal and becomes your superpower and how you help other people. And you are in that stage of recovering and helping other people, and it's going to bring you blessings. People are noticing you coming up. People are noticing your strength, your change of fortune, and they're comparing themselves to you. Some of them are envious. I'm not going to lie with that, okay? There are some people who are having a little bit of jealousy or envy as you're coming up and as you're becoming more wealthy in spirit and in your physical manifestation. Some of you may be, again, with the Empress, starting your own business. You're very attractive at this time, but you're in that fork in the road, okay? I'm also in a transition, right? So they're showing me, like, I came up and we were we were not wealthy by any means, right? You know, so it's like I lived in the beginning part of my life in a trailer home, you know, and it's like I'm moving into a time of thriving, right? And I still live in a small space, and I still, you know, so all of that, there's a transitionary period. But it's like, when you're making that transition, sometimes the people in family and the people that you came up with in school, if you were poor and got rich, or if you were rich and got spiritual, like whatever your change may be, there's always people in the wake that take a minute to integrate your change, right? So at first, for me, especially in my move to Hawaii, at first there was, oh, I'm jealous, oh, this, that, and the other, not realizing the strength that it took for me to do that, okay? There was a lot of tests along the way. You've had a lot of tests along the way, and you've mastered yourself, and now you're moving into this fortunate period of your life, and people are seeing that fork in the road. But I will tell you that people will adjust. Those who do not need to stay in your life, they will exit. But those who are supposed to stay in your life, they will integrate your fortune, and actually they start to come up and wake up. So you are an agent of change, pile 2, and people are noticing that. They're comparing themselves to you like, whoa, okay, pile 2 was able to go from nothing to something. They were able to take their turmoil or trials and turn it into something beautiful. All right, we have Messenger of Earth. They also compared themselves, you are a good storyteller, pile 2, is what Spirit's saying. And so they are comparing themselves to how you communicate, how grounded you are, how rooted you are, even going through your fork in the road, even going through your changes and transitions. Those of you who already made it famous, like some of you are like, Spirit's talking about fame here, right? So some of you may be starting to be an influencer, starting to come up. Some of you have been an influencer in some way, some form or fashion, whether in the community or online, and you're changing your channel, or you're changing the way that you're processing things, and people are comparing themselves, and they're noticing, okay, pile 2 is making these changes. And some like it, some don't. Doesn't matter. You're going to keep going with the changes that you're making. But they love your message. So they're comparing themselves to your message. Because many of you are, again, great storytellers and great messengers. And that's your job here. But you're changing as you grow and expand. Your message grows and expands. And so your followers have to grow and expand with you. Okay? So if you guys don't have a social media following already, boy, you might as well get it, because like people are looking to hear your message, and they're looking to follow you. But that is why people are comparing themselves to you. They're waiting to see what the heck you do, pile 2, because that actually influences a lot of other people. Feels like in a very positive way. And I just had the feeling of feeling a little bit of extra responsibility. But remember, responsibility equals respond to your ability. So no need to get overwhelmed if you do have a large following and you're making a transition, or if you're starting to have a large following of people. Just respond to your ability on any given day. Some days we're at our top. Some days we can't even get out of bed, okay? You respond to your ability. That's what responsibility is. And so you just keep doing you, being the beautiful example that you are. People are watching. They are looking to you for guidance. They are looking to you for what changes you make, because that actually affects the changes that they're going to make. Okay? So thank you guys so much. Thank you for being beautiful, beautiful people that you are. For those of you who would like to enter the drawing, remember, it's free to enter, free to win. Here's how you do it. You be a subscriber if you're not already. So subscribe, hit that bell button, like and share this video, and then in the comment section below, write, I am an influencer. That lets me know that you would like to enter the drawing. I'll do that on the first of the month and announce the winner, and hopefully it is you. So until next time, aloha. Aloha Pile 3, this is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly coming to you with a really fun pick a card of why do people compare themselves to you? Even though as humans we try not to compare ourselves to others, it is human nature to compare yourself to others. And I got this question off of whitefeathertarot. She is so amazing. And I thought that it would be really fun to do this reading. She always says, please, use the questions if can, so really, really cool. And so we're going to look into it. Before we get started, I want to say thank you. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that bell button, tipping, commenting, all the things that you do that are helping the channel to grow and expand in the beautiful community that we're building here together. I do a free contest or drawing every month, free to enter, free to win, for a 30-minute session with me personally. I'll let you know at the end of the video how to enter the drawing, as some are here just for the messages. And I also have a big announcement that's so cool. So many of you who have had sessions with me have asked, how did I open my intuition and how did that turn into getting paid for that? Because off of here I do intuitive and spiritual guidance and life coaching when I'm not on YouTube reading tarot. Well, what I did was, in my neurolinguistics programming training, there was a right brain training, a meditation class called Diamonds in Your Mind. Ooh, let's let that go past. Help is on the way. Whenever I hear sirens, I always say that. Help is on the way, right? So, Diamonds in Your Mind class, okay? And I had to go physically to the classes and pay each time. I want to tell you, I'm so excited. My mentor has opened up and made a video class series that you buy one time and you have for life. The more you watch it, the stronger your intuition becomes, because it works out your right brain muscle. And I will let you know in the description box below how to get that class and that training, because that's what it did for me. That's how I did it. That's how I opened up my psychic sense, my intuitive faculties, my feeling, and how I regulate my body systems inside myself for perfect health. Okay, so I'll let you know in the description box below how to sign up for that course. So I'm so excited to offer that to you guys, because I'm like, whoa, they finally made videos. I was hoping for that for years, so I'm really excited that that time is finally here. Okay, so let's get to it, you guys. You chose higher power. All right, and it's a number 4, which has to do with foundation. This is a beautiful card. So pile 3, people compare themselves to you with your how you are in your spiritual relationship to self, to your higher power, to God, universe, source. My auntie calls it Gus, God, universe, source. What your relationship is to that. So you, pile 3, are very spiritual pile, and all of my viewers tend to be spiritual in one way or another, right? We're ascending here, and you in particular may also give spiritual advice. People are watching you and comparing themselves to you with your faith. Faith is the evidence of things unseen, right? Faith is the precursor to actually having understanding. Understanding is the gift. It is not the requirement. And people watch your faith and your connection with spirit, with your higher power. And they're comparing themselves. Wow, okay, if I'm in this situation, how would pile 3 handle that? They actually ask themselves, how would pile 3 handle this situation? Because I know how connected they are to spirit. So I wonder if I can connect in that way too. So they're looking at your example of how you handle situations and your connection to spirit. Because if you look at this, there's a key. Is that a key? Yeah. There's a key right in the third eye of this angel and that light coming out. Okay. So people look to you and compare themselves like you have a key to spiritual knowledge that they would like to have. Okay. And so folks watch you and compare themselves to you because of your relationship with your source and your higher power. That's really beautiful. Wow. Okay, if you guys are not already aware that you're psychic, other people see that you are. Okay, some of you may be tarot readers yourself, or actively in a position of advising others spiritually, reading tarot, you know, psychic activity, etc. Okay. We have Page of Air and Messenger of Air. So people compare themselves to you based on your messages, okay? You give, you are fantastic messengers, pile 3. Some of you might even be mediums, tarot readers, etc. But what you do in people is when you speak to them, you actually activate in them and help them open the key within themselves to their own higher power, their own intuition. And so some of you may be teachers of some sort as well, about spiritual subjects, because the Page of Air speaks about not just clear communication, but spiritual epiphany. So whether you know it or not, you actually help to activate others to their spiritual self. You bring messages of clarity. You bring messages from spirit. People do compare themselves to you, okay? So I remember when I was first opening my psychic sense, or becoming aware that we're all psychic, right? We all have a pineal gland. We all have it. You know, no one's special. We all are psychic. We just have different ways of interpreting the signals that come through. And I was expecting to see something or be clairvoyant, and that is my least active inner channel, right? So I just know, I get like straight downloads, or I feel things in my body, or I hear things. And this, but I was comparing myself to other psychics that I knew, because they were mainly clairvoyant in how their, how things came through. So some people are looking to you for how you connect spiritually. So you may turn into, if you're not already teaching others, you may turn into teaching others, hey, there's different ways and different inputs that come in. I did a video, I will try to figure out how to put it up here. I'm not very good at that, but if you can look in the playlist, I did a video on understanding the clairs, okay? It's a short video that explains the different inner signals, your clair, sentience, audience, claircognizance, clairgustance, clairvoyance, etc. And so watch that video if you want to kind of update yourself, but you may be teaching other people this. And so people are comparing themselves to the messages that you give. They're looking to you for your relationship with your higher power. Many people compare themselves to you and how you make decisions. The Hanged Man hangs themselves upside down to get a new perspective. So you have a very different perspective than other people do. I'm getting real Aquarian vibes. You don't have to be an Aquarius, but Aquarians live 50 years in the future, and they bring that technology back, whether that be physical technology, whether that be technology of the heart or the mind or spirit. You have that vibe, even though this card is of Pisces, okay? But you have the vibe of being able to look at things inside from a very different way. And people are comparing themselves to, I make decisions in a really different way than pile 3 does. And I wonder if I try on how they make a decision, if it might be different. People are noticing that you'll take your time to wait for an answer from spirit before acting. This group, whether you're masculine or feminine, has a very feminine yin way of making decisions. You wait for the guidance. The yin energy is doing without doing, right? It's doing nothing and everything gets done. It's magnetism. It's calling in that you are perfectly happy to make action. It's just when the call is there, when inspired action. And you guys absolutely move to the inspired action. So I'm very excited about that, okay? Really, really excited. And people are looking to you for that. They notice that you make your decisions differently. You call on your higher power, and then things just happen. They're noticing your success. With 9 of Earth, you have had some success, either spiritually, financially, both, and you did it. You are self-made, okay? You are self-taught. You have acquired this this success from spirit, and you've gone about it in a way that has been really positive for you, okay? And people are comparing themselves to you, like, whoa, pile 3 has had so much success, they've had so much transformation, and I'm seeing that it's their relationship with their higher power and spirit that's getting them to that place. How do I get to that place? Like, what do I do to open up my own relationship with myself and with my higher power so that I can be successful like pile 3? Because with that, we also have the Emperor. So you may have started your own business. It does not have to be intuitively based, though many of you it may be intuitively based, okay? I also feel like you guys make really intuitive financial choices, okay? People are noticing that. Okay, you do things a little bit differently, but look at the success that has happened, because this is a balanced Emperor here. This is balanced with all the spiritual, intuitive, and logical thinking. You balance both sides of your brain. People are comparing themselves. They're comparing themselves to how you hold yourself, how you run your business, how you show up, okay? And then we have 4 of Fire, which is the 4 of Wands. They notice how you celebrate. They notice your commitment. They're comparing themselves to, what do I need to do to have the success that pile 3 has through using their higher power. They've been really successful. They're extremely committed. They're extremely celebratory, right? And people are comparing themselves to the foundation that you've built. You've built your foundation on creativity, your relationship with higher power and source, the messages that you get, your intuitive promptings, and people are noticing. They are comparing themselves to you in that regard because of how you handle yourself. Pile 3, I would come to you for advice. And I don't come to many people for advice, okay? Like, I also have my relationship with my higher power, so rarely do I seek outside of myself for advice. But you're a group that is solid, and I can feel, oh, they would give really sound advice, those that are attracted to this particular pile. And I know that they're looking at the spiritual components even in business. And so if I needed business advice, even if, say you're a financial advisor of all things, you have a very intuitive way about going about that. You tune in to the energy, not just the numbers on paper. And so you're able to do things in a way that are much more enlightened than maybe other people in your field. So even if you're not full-time using your psychic sense, you are always using your psychic sense to make your decisions and your connection with the higher power. So that is why people compare themselves to you. I'm going to leave it there. You all are amazing. Folks are wanting to learn from you. So if you haven't started teaching certain classes, you might want to, right? Because you guys have a lot to share, okay? So I'll leave it there. For those of you who would like to enter the drawing, remember it's free to enter, free to win. Here's how you do it. You be a subscriber if you're not already. So subscribe, hit that bell button, like and share this video. And then in the comment section below, write, I am connected to my higher power. I am connected to my higher power. That lets me know that you'd like to enter the drawing, and I will do that on video on the first of the month and announce the winner, and hopefully it is you. So until next time, aloha.